We are live, and it's my first time I'm actually going to speak with a cat on the live chat, but even more with a cat woman, because
Oh,
you are the first woman I'm gonna speak live here on this channel. Um, which I guess is understandable because seems crypto is full with a men's, but there is also a lot of women's that just are not um very visible, I would say. Hopefully it would change. You are for sure the visible one. um where
no,
where
actually,
are
it's not that intentional because I think that to work for the community and in general on communication level, sometimes, oh well, but most of the time you have to stick back and mostly just listen to what people want and need rather than be the face of the community.
Mhm.
So yeah, I really love when the community members, for example, in Seoul, just stop me by and say, "Hey, you're a catfish," and say, "Yeah," and every all the time fun conversation about everything about Cosmos. But at the same time, I think that again, um, uh, I also like to work behind the scene so that I can get focused better, be less on social media, I guess. Uh, but it up to people. Everyone is different.
Mhm. Actually, I think last week was the first time I saw your face on the
Oh,
picture from Seoul. Before that, I wasn't even searching. I knew you as this Twitter account, and I wasn't even sure if you are a woman. So that's all I
oh,
knew. That's how shallow I am. That's how poor in research I was doing before, and it's probably because you are not that active in social media. So I knew you do something at the interchain. Where are you now, if you don't mind to share? Because
oh! Right now, I think I'm in the third hotel. I'm changing while staying in Seoul because there are so many things to for so many meetings, so many conferences. Great. It's a great time to meet people. The only trouble is that taxis are not always available, so it's more convenient to just it's in my opinion, it's more convenient to just change hotel rather than just be back and forth with on 1 hour taxis all the time. So yeah, it's kind of
that's a proper consumption driven life, just changing hotel as out of convenience, right?
yes,
But I thought you are based in Europe because you said Central European time. But are
yeah.
you full time based in Seoul, or just because of hackathon, or are you based somewhere
Oh
else?
no, most of the time I'm based and I live in Italy, near Venice, to be
Hmm.
precise. I lived for a while in Seoul. This time I went to Seoul uh, before Academ to just help with all the organization and the planning behind the
Hmm.
event. And also, of course, to meet all the amazing teams that we have based in South Korea. But I will say that from when I lived here, I always had in my mind this vision to okay, one day I just really want to go back, keep building here. Um,
Hmm.
not because I think that Seoul is the best place to live because it's great, but
Hmm.
it is also not so easy if you don't speak fluent in Korean and you're a foreigner.
Hmm.
But at the same time, I think the builder that you have in Seoul are
Hmm.
somehow unique. Being able to work together with them so close, it's so inspiring for you and in general for everyone that it just makes the most sense. It just makes so much sense that you say, yeah, I just want to keep doing things with these amazing builders we have.
Are you visiting while you're there this shops? I would say clothing shops, because when I was there, that's all like me and my now wife were doing, like, actually, because there is I still have a lot of hoodies from Korea because they are very cheap,
Oh,
and these shops look like very local shops, but they're like on every corner. And like, not sure if you had this shopping experience. And the socks, it's very good to buy socks in Korea. Not sure if you had opportunity.
So let's say that um, I'm not exactly shopping addicted. I think that I buy clothes only if I really have my old one that are like just dying and I cannot go out anymore with them.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, it's a great place, yes, to enjoy shopping.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that from my point of view, the things that I enjoy the most are the food, for sure. PC Bank, so the room with full of PC for gaming, where you usually go with your friends and just spend the whole night like
Mm-hmm.
playing
Mm-hmm.
Overwatch or League of Legends, and so on. Oh, by the way, sorry for my voice. It's not that I have a cute voice usually, but yesterday we went to karaoke. I think like I and all the
Mm-hmm.
other people just lost our
Yeah,
voice
that
completely. It was fun.
yeah, totally understandable. Karaoke is very big there. Um,
Mm.
what's like I was I will tell I was a little disappointed with the food. I mean, like I like the certain food there, but it's very greasy. Don't you have the same impression?
Oh.
It's very greasy, right?
It is. I think yes. Well, I mean, it depends because there are a lot of different kind of foods. If you go on the side of it, like for example, cool noodles, they are really
Mm-hmm.
refreshing. Side dishes are made in purpose refreshing, so that you
Mm-hmm.
clean up your mouth. Um, let's say that yes, in general, is a type of food that is extremely different from what I'm used to in Europe in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't mind it. Like I really think that is unique, and I really
Mm-hmm.
appreciate while I'm staying here.
Did you try? Sorry for talking about food, but did you try this traditional, like more that you go and you like sit on the floor and you get like 15 dishes in the very small, tiny plates?
Mm.
Have you
Not
had
this
it?
time. Not this
Yeah.
time because I was so busy with everything. But when I
Mm-hmm.
was living here, I went with a friend of mine in this traditional place, and it was amazing. That was really an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say that this is something that everyone should do at least once if they come here to Korea. Um, it's always good to have a Korean friends or knowing someone from Korea that can direct you to the right place. And even having them there, because having them explaining you the story of the food that you are
Mm-hmm.
eating, why they're used to eat this and not other things, why this is so, I don't know, which kind of quality is this, is so interesting. Like I'm always so amazed by by the detail of the food. I don't know, like I'm just a foodie, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too. Like this is the I like concept of travel for food, and quite often when I travel, I travel actually to try food. This is I'm never like really interested of the like old buildings and stuff. I want food because food mostly represents the culture, I would guess. And yeah, like I was with we had the local friend, so as you said, he was often explaining us about food. We had this uh, raw octopus you maybe had as well there, which is
Oh, the one
quite
that is still moving.
that stick to you. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So,
that is weird. That is kind of weird. That is kind of
but
weird.
I'm okay to eat everything. So, um, and you did mention because let's jump to Korea and blockchain. The development of the blockchain there, it seems like one of the most vibrant countries out there in the
Yeah.
blockchain space. Probably got more popular for wrong reasons because was Terra originated from there, which brought even more eyes. But overall, the usage of the part of society that use blockchain is quite high, I would say. But there is
I
also
mean,
this. Mhm,
I will say that they are generally more aware than in the most of the other
mhm,
countries. This is really true. Um, as you say, I'm not sure they are 100% aware for the good reason. For example, here. NFTs are really a thing you can find everywhere in Seoul. This big screen displaying a series of NFTs that are on sale and things. A lot of company are investing a lot of money in this, but
Mhm.
at the same time, I feel that these do not represent the real builders that we have here. Like we have
All right.
some of the most exceptional Cosmos builder. If you think that we have Genesis validators as Cosmos Station,
Mhm.
which team is building Minscan and Cosmos Station wallet. We have also Stakefish, which is another amazing validator. We have, for example, Chain App System, which is
Mhm.
Kepler wallet creator, plus they are also core contributor in Osmosis. We have so many incredible people from Cosmos and not here. I just think that they are not as loud as all the more
Mhm.
remunerative market that might be NFTs and so on.
Is Steakfish from Korea?
Ah,
I don't think
from
Steakfish is from Korea. I think it's
I mean, I used to work for Steakfish back in the days, and they were
in Korea.
based in Seoul. So, I mean, I don't
Okay.
know if they changed the location recently, but at that time they were from Korea.
Oh, the location. Sorry, like maybe because I thought like they had some
Oh, they
co-founder
have
from Taiwan.
many.
Maybe. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
So maybe that's the um. Do you think maybe the fact, because you said like it's difficult if you don't speak the language, do you think that this limits the country capabilities to actually expand into the future? Because let's say United States, right, or England, they're like more welcoming and able to attract the talent, and they serve more of the international audience. But if you would speak of countries like Korea, we could give example of Japan, that are very closed societies, and they are not very good at even attracting the foreign workers. Do
No,
you
no,
think
they
that the
they really don't want to attract foreign workers. It's this the thing. They are not even trying to attract other people. They are making for foreigner to be extremely difficult to live here. I want to say extremely. I mean that I tried even with a lawyer at that time to come here
Mhm,
and work, and was not possible. So it's extremely difficult. But I think that at the same time, this being extremely difficult is. Um, a reason why there are only high quality and high talented people,
mhm,
because the foreigners that are here to pass through the selection and be
mhm.
admitted. This is just so crazy and so hard that if they are here, there is a
Yeah,
good reason.
yeah, that's exactly what I mean, that they just do not attract, and it has the limits, because at some point you will reach the point where you don't have the local talent anymore. But if you build closed society, it's not really attractive for foreigners to come. So if that, do you think like what does maybe Korea does better with the blockchain, and what the is there something that maybe other places Europe does better?
I mean, I think that for my personal opinion, Korea, Seoul in the blockchain space is all based in Seoul. Um, in a way or another, everyone knows each other and everyone support each other. They all want to work to develop the knowledge about blockchain and awareness about blockchain. Even if they don't agree, but most of the time they are always in contact somehow.
Hmm.
It's a really a huge app, national app. Like Sol is just a huge national app for who is working on the blockchain. Uh, I really think that um, this exchange, continuous exchange, uh, help a lot on speed on things, because talking with people makes you realize things that otherwise you alone wouldn't have ever been even able to think about. So
Hmm.
this richness on exchange and on connection between people is helping them a lot. And I think that This is something that is common only in other few places. For example, Berlin is another quite big hub for, at least for Cosmos. Um, Other places in US as well, but just really few. Like this kind of connection between all the teams, and it's really rare. And I think that the fact that they are all almost located in around Seoul, it's playing a
Hmm.
lot of advantages for them.
Hmm. Cool. Let's learn more about you. Because we didn't start, I wanted to make it more about you. By the way, you said near Venice, maybe Padua. Is that
Vicenza, Vicenza.
uh
It's just close by.
is- okay? Because I'm asking because I was put to Padua and Venice, so I was thinking maybe yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Beautiful landmark. Yeah, I
Mm,
love Italy. I love Italy. Are you Italian?
yes,
If you
yes,
don't
I
want
am.
to, yeah. I'm the biggest fan of one of your soft drink, which is the greatest invention of humankind, which is
Spritz.
Kinoto.
Ah, Kinoto.
Kinoto. Yes,
Ah, that is
Kinoto.
good. That is
Yeah,
good. That is good one.
yeah. I'm obsessed with Kinoto. I visited when I visited Italy in the first time. I was like, "What's this weird black drink?" And I tried it, and I was in love. And I'm obsessed with Kinoto. Just um. So about you, like because I want to know how did you get into blockchain, any blockchain, right? What how did you get into crypto? I understand you are a gamer. You can touch upon that if there was maybe lead from gaming to crypto, and what later led you to Cosmos and how you get
Actually,
engaged into. Hmm.
it's quite curious because I think that I just got into Cosmos at the same time I got into blockchain, which is, I mean,
Hmm.
quite quite convenient from my side. Um, I was used to work from an Italian company, but was interested in investing in this thing called blockchain. And I mean, I had never heard before about blockchain, and was 2018, I think.
Hmm.
I started learning by myself, reading around about Bitcoin, about Ethereum, and so on. But especially my company was thinking about investing into Cosmos. So basically, I started uh, diving into the really few available document that were around at the
Hmm.
time. Um, with some kind of difficulty. It was not easy. It was all extremely technical, extremely early. Yeah, extremely early. Not really beginner friendly, I will say.
Hmm.
Um, but the fact that I had the sensation that that was something that was worth investing your time with. Like I invested a lot of time trying to understand the early stage of the
Hmm.
pages of Cosmos. But somehow, like you know when you have the feeling that this is really worthy and you should really, this is the good one, you should do this.
Hmm.
I had the same kind of sensation. So I kept doing that. This led me to Academy in Seoul in 2018. Yeah, in Seoul, always Academy. Um, and here I met uh, amazing people that are Billy Rennekamp. I met Chengo. I met Josh and Tony from Synapsis
Hmm.
Osmosis.
So
Um,
let me stop you.
yeah.
Billy Reynekamp is
Oh,
the his head, not head. What's his important role
uh,
at the Interchain?
um,
Chango
he
is
So Billy
Chango
is
is.
the Cosmos
Hmm.
Hub lead and Interchain.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah.
leading the Interchain, the Cosmos Hub team at Interchain.
Hmm.
Chango is Chango Unchained, which is now
Hmm.
leading her own validator and the Interchain FM podcast.
Hmm.
She's also involved in Osmosis, by the way, and she's great. She's a really great personality, great host. She's a really a great. Um, yeah, I'm so
I just want to
admiration.
say. So I'm sorry for stopping you, but on osmosis is very clear that you have Wasmoncton and the
Oh.
other. creature woman next to Wasmongton is actually Chango.
I mean, in my
I
opinion,
think it was
for my
highly
opinion,
Mhm,
yeah, maybe it was inspired, but Chango is so beautiful. Like she's really way more
mhm,
beautiful. Like seriously, Chango is amazing and brilliant. Not just beautiful. What is the
mhm,
best? But Chango is really brilliant.
mhm. I hope I could speak to her one day as
Oh, you
well.
should. You should absolutely. You
Yeah,
should really.
we'll try. Yeah, sorry for stopping you. Hackathon Soul, you were there. Go on then.
I was there. Actually, I started meeting people that were just at the very beginning as I was, and we started getting like deeper connections somehow. But even not beginners, but people that were just looking around for the first time, like meeting
Hmm.
cosmonaut for the first time. So I became friend with Dimi, which is working for Stickfish and is part of Core One of Juno.
Great guy,
Uh,
great guy. Had a chat
is
with him.
amazing. Is amazing. Really
Hmm.
amazing. A lot of respect. Uh, I became friends from again from Tony and Josh from Chinapsis. Um, and I will say that Cosmos Academy in general and the Cosmos event are different from others because it's not only a matter of connect about business. Like you really create relation. Like you find bonds between people, and this is something really unique that I think that is one of the things that attract the Cosmos uh, the most uh, on a not technical side level. Like people who are not aware about the incredible changes and tech that Cosmos is bringing, I think that they can still feel something different while we gather together because there is something different.
Hmm. I want to agree with that because although I would like have atoms I wasn't engaging before in the community, I maybe started engaging like half year ago or something. And the chats with people, it does feel like friendships, which something I feel it's quite unique for the Cosmos ecosystem. And some of these ecosystems that are part of it, like Juno, when I do the interviews with Juno people. And I'm Juno person too, because they always made that, because I don't speak of myself as the part of the Juno people, but they are like, hey, you are part of us. And wherever, if I would go, they treat me like a part of them, despite maybe importance of mine and theirs in the ecosystem, which is quite cool to see that they are willing. And I don't feel any other ecosystem has it. So that's um, would be my take. So would you say you got engaged and what, because you were early? Because I think many people would look at you and be like, hey, you're successful, you're part of important organization in the cosmos, and it was just your choice, you wanted to be part of this, so you went and you joined it, and you have rather like good job, right? Is it possible for people to still get their jobs like you and opportunities?
But I think that another great part of Cosmos that is not that common is that you are
Hmm.
passionate and you want to give your personal contribution and you are sincere in a way you approach to people. I think that Cosmos is really the best place to start your
Hmm.
career. Like I truly believe this because people are open to give you the possibility to prove yourself, and
Hmm.
you and I think that we are still so early that there is space for everyone to demonstrate their value and the value that they can bring to Cosmos.
Hmm.
But it's absolutely yeah, it's so open the space right now. Everyone
Hmm.
can join, give their own contribution. For sure, maybe at the very beginning will not be that easy because people need to get you noticed to see which is the value that you are bringing, um, somehow the what you would like to be even, because it's all a matter of what you want to be, the role that you want to have, like
Mm-hmm.
the way you want to help and support. Um, so I will say that I would like one thing that I'm working on a lot from my side at Interchain is to find way to make contribution easier from people's side, because I think that um, to start contributing in a way that it can become your work, it still requires a lot. Like for me, it take more than 1 year to start getting my first job
Mm-hmm.
um, inside Cosmos, like paid. For before was I was not paid. Um, so I will say that we really should focus a lot on making contribution more accessible to everyone. Like, should not be difficult for people to demonstrate what is their value, what they can do.
Mm-hmm. Um, are you sorry? Like, are you any technical person, or you totally not on this side and just trying to work more on the community side?
So actually, I am not. I cannot for sure define myself a developer or a heavily
Mm-hmm.
technical person, but I'm the kind of person that I want to understand how things works. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I study technical papers at the very beginning. Uh, this helps a lot. And there is no other way that you can actually support people. For example, when I was the first one um,
Mm-hmm.
writing accessible tutorial for Kepler wallet at the very beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and you can write in non-technical language only if you know how technically it works. There is no way that
Mm-hmm.
you can write something useful to people in sense of documentation and tutorial if you don't know how things works, at least on tutorial level, so documentation tutorial level. Of course, there are all other type of contribution. You can write blog posts, you can write, everyone can find their own place. But let's say that my the thing that really wanted to do, one thing that I really wanted to do is was make wallets accessible to people and make everyone understand that there is nothing scary about wallet. It's just a matter to make few little step, and it's also immediate. It's so great. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think that my role, what the role that I want really would like to have in Cosmos, is to make people life easier somehow.
Mm-hmm. I think like also when you're non-technical, you can just become Don Kryptonium and have its role, right? Like I'm non-technical, and I still find myself and the spot. There was no niche, so I found the niche. We need to speak about the Interchain Foundation. Some people say it's harmful entity. Okay, but you can never please everyone. So what Interchain Foundation does, and how big of a control and influence Interchain Foundation has over Cosmos.
So, taking aside that I am not an official speaker from Interchain
Hmm.
Foundation, so all the
Hmm.
things that I'm going to say are from my personal point of view and how I interact with the foundation. Um, I have to say that more than be harmful, it's that a lack of decision making the whole time. There were a lot of things ongoing. Was not really clear of a leadership.
Hmm.
Lack of leadership usually bring people to take not this no decision,
Hmm.
no decision at all, and
Hmm.
this is bad because in a fast ecosystem as Cosmos is, you need to keep like running as the
Hmm.
ecosystem is running. I think that now everyone realizes this. That's why I'm also taking care of a new delegation program. There is a lot
Hmm.
of work ongoing, a lot of internal, uh, let's say there is a lot of internal work to uh, put right people in the right place.
Hmm.
So hopefully in the next coming few months we're able to see the changes of interchain foundation level, but at the same time, I will also be clear about what is my personal idea So
Mm-hmm.
that at the end of the day, no, our ecosystem, the Interchain, is
Mm-hmm.
not is so big, it's so wide. We have so many foundation, we have so many investors, so many projects. Uh, I know that the role that Interchain plays is a key role because they found the development of the core stack. But at the same time, uh, there are a lot of players, a lot of people that are so influent. I think that now, more than ever, Interchain is just one. um, it cannot be seen as the only one that can make and should do things because we are all here, we are all using this stack. So at a certain point, um, it's all about everyone. It's not that just
Mm-hmm.
responsibility of a foundation. We are decentralized, so we should all step in and say, okay, this is not working. I'm going to help you. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
you don't have a capacity for this, I will do my part. Something like this. Like we should, if we allow to be this decentralized, I think that the right next step still be to other foundation, other people, to just step in and say, okay, let's talk. How we can make things finally work, like how we can handle the work all together. This is the correct next step for the interchain,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Patmos is accusing here of cat conspiracy. Uh, you had few interactions with Patmos. I still don't know who Patmos is. But I find him very friendly, playing on all sides. Like it's still engaging with people who have cat bias against him, which is cool. So yeah, you mentioned the delegations, and there was, I didn't see that big of the issue with that. But maybe you could tell me if I know you are not probably the first person to ask this, because the best would be probably Ethan or Billy or someone who actually make these decisions. But I felt the problem was like mismanagement that happens in the big companies, because my issue was like, with the better delegations, Interchain Foundation could get more profit. Like if you delegate to someone who has overly high commission fee, and if you would go with like average fee, that would the value was around $2 million a year, which is salary for quite a few people, right? So the mismanagement was something that for me, as I want well-being of ecosystem, hey, you need to actually make sure you squeeze every dollar from the value. So was it what was the reason that maybe that these validators got the delegation? Was it maybe I shouldn't put my words in, but I was thinking maybe it was because there was not many good validators at the start, and you have to encourage someone to actually do this. Do you have idea how did
So
this came
let's
to play?
say, yeah, let's say that at the very beginning, was mostly a matter to reward people that were around at that time. And two and a
Mm-hmm.
half years ago, Cosmos was quite different, really quite different.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say that the problem is, mm, I wouldn't say that the lack of profit, but the problem is that
Mm-hmm.
uh, there was no capacity internally. There were no people
Mm-hmm.
able to push this effort of just study or
Mm-hmm.
not study, write down what validator should bring as contribute to receive this delegation, because it's
Mm-hmm.
quite hard. It requires quite a lot of time, study, uh, because we can start talking about everything. But in my opinion, what I'm going to write in that draft
Mm-hmm.
is that the first thing is you must be active in governance. There is no
Mm-hmm.
way, in my opinion, that a validator can be rewarded if he's not participating in Cosmos
Mm-hmm.
app governance. There
Mm-hmm.
is no way. Like governance is the first most important things. You need to be involved in the chain. If you're not involved, I cannot reward you because this is
Yeah.
the whole point. This is the whole point.
Yeah.
This another thing is commission. Commission is tricky because at the end of the day, until they are not too high, I think there should be a limit of
Mm-hmm.
the profit. Like I don't know, till 15-20%, because if we
Mm-hmm.
consider that some validator as Cosmos Station is, or for example the new validator of chain apsis from Kepler,
Mm-hmm.
they are running block apsis. um, these are validators that with a validator are maintaining high quality service and
Yeah.
open source public code. So it's not that they are just going to burn that money in Las Vegas. They are actually using the money or investing in it back for people. So every
Mm-hmm.
case is different, but this is what is making things a little bit worth of working on, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't say Cosmos Station is not that high. 8.9.
Yeah.
I was sure they're not that high, but they're like super like they're a big contributor. But you said governance. Will you take into account maybe the newer validators, because the new validators, of course, they are not participants of all of the past um, um, the past governance, right? So will they all be excluded because of the low participation, or it will be taken into
No,
account, hey, this is new and
no, I think that actually this is something that should go from. This is going to start
Mhm.
here, and I'm going to keep you like to keep my eyes on you to see
Yeah,
if you are going to do this,
yeah.
because we
And
cannot really work with the past if not, as you say, we're capping out all the
mhm,
incredible number of new validators that are bringing themselves a lot of value to the Cosmos ecosystem, and
yeah.
it wouldn't be fair.
Hmm. I also like, because you like 20%. I guess it's okay if this validator is like contributor, right? If Cosmos Station has 20%, hey, they develop. But there also would be people that don't do anything, right? So that's and I want to know, will this exclude everyone maybe who doesn't write the code? Because that's like there is also the rhetoric of like, hey, I'm validator who writes the code, this one doesn't, that makes me better than this other validator, or this
Absolutely
is.
not.
Hmm.
This is the one of the major issue that we have on Cosmos, so that we think that only
Hmm.
development matters. Actually,
Hmm.
it is not. Like we have a lot of community builders, we have a lot of amazing other contributors, but that bring value, but not on coding. And
Hmm.
what they're still bringing value. They're still involving people, organizing, I don't know, a local meetup, translating articles, uh, doing their best to bring more and more people and ideas, and doing a lot of not technical work. And this is
Hmm.
not secondary at all. Like without these people, uh, there would be no Cosmos, because a tech based only on tech is not going anywhere. Even if it's the best tech ever, you need to be able to communicate about this with people and involve people more and more. So it's not at all something that is related to code. The value that people bring is just about the value that they are bringing, not about the
Hmm.
type of value they're bringing.
Hmm. That's really
Maybe
cool,
the
because I think,
quality.
yeah, not many people speak of like different contributions, but the writing code doesn't take the things mainstream, I guess. Maybe sometimes, but there need to be balanced with everything. And that's really cool, you take into account the governance, because I feel the Cosmos started struggling to reach the quorum, which is the issue, right? And I understand for now we did not have the trouble, but if there would be some important proposal with some important patch and upgrade, um, and you have an active validators, I think that could actually, it's problem when you have to message the validators in person. Hey, can you go there and look it up? That's
And we're doing that right now.
yeah,
We're still
yeah.
doing that. Yeah, it's not so. This is about validators. Of course, I 100% think that us as Interchain and whatever other people in the ecosystem should evangelize about governance, because governance is about everyone and everyone should put their input and not be
Hmm.
scared about actually sharing their opinion, because only sharing we can grow together and improve what is even just a draft of proposal. Input from various people can bring this draft of proposal to be the best proposal ever, just because we work it together, as always happening in Cosmos. Like teamwork is the best work. uh
Hmm.
so yes, 100% validators should vote and be active all the time. For, in my opinion, this is so important. But at the other time, we need to evangelize a lot with user, because they have literally the key of the future of a project in their end. And it's not really true when they say, oh, but I don't count at all, like in the big game, I don't count at all. This is not true, because it's not a
Hmm.
matter of how many atom you have, how many Juno, how many Osmo, because it's a matter of the participation in governance, the discussion, what brings this governance to be on chain. And
Hmm.
it's not that your comment on the forum has the number of the atom that you have, and for this is more valuable or less valuable. We are all equal. So
Hmm.
as our contribution. So I really would like to push a lot of people to just, hey, just express your opinion. Please, like, understand
Yeah.
that you can make the difference.
Yeah, this is good point because despite, let's say, I was very vocal in some Juno governance, right? Maybe I don't have a lot of Juno, but my voice that I would um, speak, if I speak publicly, it might create the discussion around the subject, and it would, mm, you know, bring value to the governance because maybe some other people who also have Juno will give more thoughts to the certain aspect of governance, and at the end it will have effect. So it's
Yeah.
not only clicking the button, but actually maybe speaking of it and trying to bring your points of views, which I do like this aspect about Cosmos and Juno, because there's a lot of discussion in Juno. So I like this aspect there, that people actually uh, there are people who are willing to speak about this. um let's talk about Atom a little bit. By the way, how much more time you have? Because I might, because I like to talk, but I know you limited with time.
So for sure, I need to be in 1 hour to an appointment with a dear friend of mine in Seoul. But before that, I can stay a little bit more, let's say.
Okay. um so many people when they spoke, because I believe maybe you must engage into Cosmos itself, right? And the Atom, many people, and there was even voices of Sunny from Osmosis, that no one needs Cosmos and no one needs Atom, and it's failing at being a hub. So why do you think these people think that Cosmos is failing at being a hub, and how to bring more importance to the Cosmos itself, so it could have some really good leading role going into the future?
So let's say the one thing, Maria, I really think is that taking a leadership role for a app and pushing for any kind of roadmap was something that
Hmm.
really few will have take as their own task. Because there is this is so risky. You have the attention of everyone on your work. You I mean, you have everyone's opinion, while other chains
Hmm.
just have like, I don't know, but their funding team who has the strongest opinion, and it is what it is. On the Cosmos Hub, anyone is so opinionated. Sometimes have so many different opinion and not a clear leadership brings again, are not taking any definitive decisions. So a little bit of confusion and make things a little bit slow. Um, and I will also say that it's not that the Cosmos Hub is useless. It's just that it's just getting started now with a possibility that it can bring to Cosmos. Now there is a more clear roadmap. For example, Noam anticipated a lot at Beetle Asia 2 days ago. The talk will be live soon. Like, I will share it
Hmm.
as well. Um, there are a lot of interesting possibility for the Cosmos Hub. One thing that I think people are missing to get the point is that they cannot pretend that the hub will never do nothing. I mean,
Hmm.
if the hub cannot compete with anything or be specialized in everything, of course it's useless. I mean, it's going just to be not useless, but it will never reach the potential. If we just say, okay, Cosmos Hub is just about the goal of Interchain. I mean, I might be 100% aligned, but at the same time, why we should limit the Cosmos Hub like this? If with it has way more potential, if the vision is to be the part of the interchain, the heart of the interchain, why we should limit the Cosmos Hub? Like, I think we should at least try, because you know,
Hmm.
at the end, again, we are early, we are experimenting a lot. Every project is incurred in not issues, but in a little bit slowing down and then moving faster. It's just normal. I think that we will see what Cosmos Hub can really do from 1 year from now, when we will start seeing interchain security and all the chains connected to it. Now, then we will start having a decent idea about the potential of the Cosmos Hub. At the same time, people need to have clear in mind that even if their project is running fast, which is 100% fine, and this is 100% what they want and the people need, probably, if they take this decision, people also need to realize that maybe for the Cosmos Hub, this is not the best choice. Maybe take things slowly and
Hmm.
just um, uh, call a lot behind the scene. Uh, it's it's just how Cosmos Hub is. Like, it is distinctive characteristic. So we should not think to keep that all the zones should be the
Hmm.
same and running fast is the same as the other. It's just Cosmos Hub was created to be the most stable and most secure from the very beginning. So seeing the Cosmos Hub being the slowest on adopting extra features is not that big deal, in my opinion, because it is how it was created to be.
Hmm.
So of
Um.
course, maybe it's not. Uh, I mean, if Sunny created osmosis, I guess because he believes that osmosis is one big solution. So
Mhm.
it's not hard for me to think that Sunny will might want to see something different from a Cosmos Hub, but at the same time, we all have
Mhm.
different idea. And if there are so many incredible projects in Cosmos, is that the beauty of Cosmos is that everyone can uh, create their own idea. So more than limiting the idea of one of the apps, I will say, okay, like, if you have any idea, let's start building. Let's
Mhm.
start building this idea. Uh, it's not a matter to, oh, my idea is better, so let's not build your idea, or make this idea in another way that I think is the best. It's just, okay, let's build this idea and then let's see.
Mhm. Someone's saying, is atom secure from quantum computer, which I completely don't understand what it means, but um,
I think you mean about the seed phrase. I think that if you have a quantum computer, you can actually open kind of any wallet operating with. I mean, it's
right.
not
So
that.
generating all the seed phrases, right?
Yeah. So it's.
Which
I mean,
is
it's just something that it is for any blockchain. It's not just
so you
about an
have to
atom.
have ledger, otherwise it will be cracked.
Yeah, with a normal account create, like, just with not a ledger, will be with a quantum computer. It's kind of like an instant break of a seed phrase, I guess. But I mean, I know a lot of people are working on it. It's not, I mean, it's not the first time. I just write in every tutorial everywhere, please invest on your own security, buy a ledger.
I'm,
Now the interface is so intuitive. You have Kepler, you can interact with Cosmos Station. Do a favor to yourself, buy an hardware wallet. Do
I'm
it. Do
sweating.
it.
I'm sweating now. It's just like, I started not with I will say that publicly, whatever, like how the but yeah, I started not with a ledger, and it's like I'm not undelegating that because I can miss out to move it to ledger, but I will probably have to do it. Like Juno has 28 days. I can't be bothered to do that, and yeah, but now I'm scared if someone, like,
I mean,
um
I don't think that right now someone
maybe
will take a quantum computer and start hacking um, Juno addresses, but I will say
it's
that
it's
uh, I
better
mean,
better to be prepared. Maybe the
let's do
clock is ticking.
exactly.
Yeah.
Better be prepared in advance rather than cry later. I mean, or try to
Hmm.
fix later. Like when people, for example, ask me for support because they, I don't know, they share the seed phrase with I don't know, scammers or these kind of things. Um, my point is always, yeah, I never obviously you cannot tell them you should have prevented this.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
the thing that I always think of in this case is doing these small few passages on prayer
Hmm.
will have saved you from this situation.
Yeah.
So if you believe in crypto, if you believe in Cosmos, if you want to be part of it, if you want to be part of this vision, believe in the vision, just secure yourself because keep your key secure is the most
Hmm.
important. Like the first
Hmm.
lesson, there is not like knowing Cosmos is nothing comparable to knowing the very first lesson. Like not your key, not your token, no exchanges and better ledger. Thank you.
Mm. I think it's impossible to do, but it would be cool if you could, like, bring already the staked tokens into the ledger
Yeah.
without the need
Uh,
for that. Would solve a
so
lot of problems for many, right?
to keep uh, technically is possible in the sense that you
Hmm.
may want to import, no, you don't want to, but it's possible because you
Hmm.
should put your account inside the ledger. But which is the sense to have an account created not with a ledger, so not secured inside your
Hmm.
ledger? Nothing. There is no
Yeah.
sense. So there is only just one way, like just
Yeah.
you have to delegate.
um So I don't know. I will push proposals to shorten the staking period. I actually believe myself that in the future we will be going down in the, but I don't know. I think the as we move faster and we care about liquidity, or maybe it's even opposite. Maybe we will be going even longer. There's one question. I don't know if you're aware of the. Someone was posting that Huobi has two validator nodes, and they complain it is a Sybil attack,
I
because
mean,
to one
I
of.
don't
Mhm.
think that for the, in my opinion, if you look at the uh, stake that complexity has the two node.
Mhm.
No, it's just that they had one first node, in my opinion, that was named in another way earlier, and they just renamed it Wobi as well. But at the same time, uh, you cannot really prevent people to make nodes. Like,
Yeah.
how can you prevent? Like, or maybe this is also another thing because V node is called Wobi, but I
Mhm.
can also start a validator call it Binance.
Hmm. Yeah.
So where
Just to
is the
get
truth?
delegations, right? Because, like, people
Yeah.
trust Binance, and they are new users. They are like, oh, I know Binance. I'm gonna do it. But you know what I was thinking about Stakefish having two nodes, Stakefish and Grandfish. Are Is it Sybil attack? It's two nodes,
Oh
but it's
no,
actually
that's
very good initiative.
yeah.
It's great
It is.
initiative they are
It
doing,
it is.
and
It is.
so so I don't think we have to, like, fetishize so much this, because there might be actually some sort of initiative going here. that is beneficial at the end. So we probably need to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, it's always case by
Mm,
case. If we, I think that Grandfish
mhm,
validator is one of the best initiatives I ever saw
mhm.
in Cosmos, like
Yeah.
from the very beginning. It's such a great idea. Like they just run this amazing infrastructure because they like
Mhm,
Stickfish is one of the best. Like let's remember that
mhm,
Stickfish is team is one of the best around.
mhm,
They just run this validator. They just take from the delegation the cost for
mhm,
running, neither just the cost, and then everything goes to support um, important and valuable project for Cosmos. Like they selected at the very beginning um, Synapses for
mhm,
the creators of Kepler when no one was funding them basically. So
mhm,
let's say that they are not only doing something that in the paper might be extremely important, but they are doing things that are extremely important. They also supported
mhm,
Cosmos because if I don't remember, if I remember correctly, they supported uh, Synapses team and Cosmos team at a very early
mhm,
stage, and we all know that in very early stage this is so important to have support because bills are keep running, but no one until you don't have result, people it's hard to give you money. So
mhm.
yeah, just provide this kind of service, a support to contributors is so important.
Yeah. Um, I was curious myself if you know, uh, Cosmos has certain tokenomics, and I think someone had to come up with this. It was probably extensive talks between the founders. What would be the best tokenomics? I wonder if you know who designed the tokenomics of Atom the way it is. With this, by the way, should we call it inflation? I have the problem with this, like because this is actually supply, increasing supply, which is inflation misleads people. I
Yeah,
think.
I think that was a really good article from Figment, from Gavin from Figment at the
Hmm.
time around that was would be really useful to share it again around to let people understand better what the founder needed talking about inflation, the
Hmm.
hyperinflationary token Cosmos. Um, I think that the only paper that we have about Cosmos Hub right now is the one like Cosmos is the
Hmm.
one that was brought in by Ethan and Jay at
Hmm.
years and years ago. Would be good actually to see the new one coming out soon, announced it
Hmm.
just a few days ago. Um, and it's also amazing, in my opinion, to see how more many are the contributors to this. Like while in the very beginning and early stage there was just few people, now we have so many people, so many core contributors, so many team behind this new renewed paper. Um, and it's a great achievement for the entire ecosystem. It's not
Hmm.
just the founder that keep being the only key of the project, of the advancement of the project, but is hey, there are so many valuable contributors and we
Hmm.
want to just keep growing all together like this.
Hmm. Good. I was feeling probably Ethan had big take in designing the tokenomics, which I like. I'm one of not many who likes probably Cosmos tokenomics, which is but there is this chat, like many people say, hey, I want deflationary atom, right? Some others says no. Some people say atom as store of value. Others says atom as money. Where you place yourself in this conversation? What is the role of the atom? Should atom be money? Should atom be store of value? What are benefits or cons of store of value? And the same about money.
So let's say that I position myself that I'm not the right person to talk about talking
Hmm.
economics. And I'm
Hmm.
really like I'm really clear when I think that I'm not the right person to bring value. I can give my opinion, which is I really see Cosmos. I don't see anything wrong or seeing Cosmos as the value of ecosystem.
Hmm.
I don't see anything wrong. Why? this cannot be something valuable for the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
This is valuable. At the same time, I love to see when people start adding more value to the token
Mm-hmm.
economics. So now with interchain security, we will have totally another way to add value to the app itself, and this will change the tokenomics a little bit. Is
Mm-hmm.
just, in my opinion, it's just a method to yeah, just a method to find the, as people in Cosmos at the end of the day, to find Cosmos Hub identity, to realize Cosmos Hub identity, because Cosmos Hub could be potentially good in many things. The only thing
Mm-hmm.
is that we have to take the decision to give this identity to a Cosmos Hub. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just, oh, maybe not these, or maybe not these, or maybe, oh, no, let's do this. We have to be take a decision, because I was really concerned at the time when was decided to add, for example, Dex to a Cosmos Hub, but not because we were adding the Dex, but because there was this contradiction. Because yes, we want to add the Dex, but then a few months later, no, we want the Dex to be removed. And let's just, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
let's just find Cosmos Hub identity and let's go for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's believe in the Cosmos Hub.
Mm-hmm.
This is the key. Let's believe a little bit in the Cosmos Hub and try to make it unique on its own.
Mm-hmm. Wonder if you would give us a hint if the change of the Cosmos 2.0 will be rather drastic, or it's rather as the form of adjustments to make it serve better,
I mean, I
if you
think
can.
that uh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's really like a hint, but I think that the some of the best changes in general in life and in blockchain are adjustments. So uh, I don't think that uh, drastic things will ever happen on the Cosmos
Mm-hmm.
App side. It's always a slow and constant grow. It's like
Mm-hmm.
always going. So this is kind of like slow but steady, slow but growing.
Mm-hmm. Once the Cosmos announced interchain security, it seems like become trending among all other chains, saying they will be better at interchain security. Right. So
I mean, they
let's
can
say
say
I.
this. No one can prevent to say them this. As I can example, I can tell that no one can prevent me to say that. I don't know. Or
Mm-hmm.
prevent anyone to say, "Hey, I'm no CEO of Cosmos."
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no one can prevent you to say anything. It's just a matter to demonstrate that this is true or not, and only fact will demonstrate this.
For example, I claim and I believe it's total truth that I'm Emperor of Juno, on the one true monarch, and I believe the power was just taken away from me unlawfully, because as I am monarch, I'm the only one that create the law, and I know who Juno belongs to. So, and people can say it's not true, but I believe it is true, and I know this is true. But anyway, anyway, sorry. Um, so let's say I want to launch consumer chain, very small. That's why I don't want to have my own security, because it might serve to my small down community. And I'm thinking, should I use Cosmos Hub or maybe Juno? It has very engaged validators, by the way, or Osmosis. And if you would advise why Cosmos would be better than, let's say, these two specific chains. Let's make this about that.
I mean, it's not, as I said earlier, it's not a matter to be better, because it does not exist better in
Mm-hmm.
unique project, because they are not doing the same thing. They are all unique. So it's just a matter to find the chain that provides you exactly the service that you are needing. For example, the Cosmos Hub might be the chain for you if, I mean, in terms of stability, um, security, Cosmos Hub is still the most important chain that we have. Like, was created
Hmm.
for this at the end of the day. Um, it's the most stable. Um, if you're looking for this, I mean, it's kind of likely that the Cosmos Hub is your place. If you're looking for other things, it's likely possible that another
Hmm.
chain is going to be the best choice for you. As well as we can argue about in which like a chain just to start writing contract in Cosmos. It's just a matter what the specific team is looking for.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
depends, and not only a matter of characteristic of a chain, by the way, but also support that the team can give to you. And
Hmm.
the uh, if your project is aligned with the value or the image that the chain itself have, because I think that if you want to launch a project, you ideally want to be aligned with the chain that is providing you the
Hmm.
security somehow. Like you don't want to be completely contrastant on this.
Mm, yeah. The one account asking that the seed phrase is generated from Kepler and was asking if he can choose seed phrase. No, and I don't think it would be good idea actually. You so that's and Dave
So
Flowers giving you many people giving you compliments. Uh, I agree with them. So just that's just for you. Um,
I mean the
I
seed phrase I mean the seed phrase is generated
Mhm.
totally randomly. uh, I think it's better in this way because if not, people will end up using always the same most pleasant
Mhm.
phrases and maybe end up having like opening another person wallet, which is not amazing,
Yeah.
or having someone else opening your wallet. So I will say that the random selection of Ledger, Kepler, whatever, it, it's a good option.
People don't realize that the dictionary is actually limited, very limited, which would make it very dangerous, right? Like my dictionary is very limited. I learned English in the bar. Like it's like I can't create great seed phrase probably. Um Soul, right? Like you are still there, and it's one of the most important events that happen around Cosmos. And what was the peak of this year? What was the maybe good projects, good ideas that originated from this hackathon? Maybe not only around Cosmos, or maybe also some interesting discussions that you had during this year hackathon.
Yeah, I don't know, let's say that my opinion, the best of we had a really good outcome, but the really
Hmm.
best key point that I would like to highlight is that for the first
Hmm.
time, this was not uh, an in-person event organized by the foundation, and that's it. And other people, if they want, they just put the money for the prices. This was an event that was organized by the Interchain. So there
Hmm.
was a lot of conversation with community people. There was a lot of conversation with, for example, Osmosis Marketing DAO, Evmos. A lot of conversation with so many people. Juno, I had Dimi that it helped a lot to make this happen, and they were all here. Um, and so it's kind of switch of mentality. We're transitioning from thinking that Ignite or Interchange should just do everything and people should just join later, to this phase in which, hey, we should do things together. Like they are
Hmm.
better if we work together in something. And feeling this and feeling that people from all the sides of the world, from US, from South America, from Russia, from the UK, all flight in Seoul, even just for the
Hmm.
academy, a 3-day event, was so amazing. Like was amazing. This is the support the only Cosmos can give. It's just great. So from my point of view, the outcome is that we are finally transitioning to um, collaborative environment. Not that we were antagonists earlier, but in my
Hmm.
opinion, now we are. kind of taking care more about support each other project and getting
Mm-hmm.
involved in things and doing things together and push all together towards the best outcome for the interchain.
Mm-hmm. Is it different to compare with the past? Like now you come and you are like, hey, this is bigger than it was. Like it's not the same anymore. Is Can you feel that?
So let's say that we have Academ, the online Academ, the past year.
Mm-hmm.
If we compare, the price pool was slightly bigger,
Mm-hmm.
yes. But if we compare to the people who got involved in early stage and asked themselves to get involved, so not
Mm-hmm.
me to ping anyone to, hey, please participate in this. I had people pinging me and say, hey, I want to take part of this. For example, Stargaze did set up an amazing NFT gallery in the Acadom sites room. They create a proof of participation for the participant as well. Uh, on this side, OmniFlix helped with creating the intro for the video of the Acadom. CryptoSoul from Erica created putting in work people to make this
Mm-hmm.
happen. And then we had other team, for example, even Evmos wrote their own NFTs. Um, so many projects like Agoric that wanted to be there and give their own speech. Like we have something like 35 speakers from the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm.
Even more if you consider a panelist and all the people that get involved from all around the world. And I think that this is the biggest event in terms in person, even in terms of participation from all
Mm-hmm.
around the world. Because if I compare to the, for example, Academy in Seoul 3 years ago, if I compare it even with the opening ceremony in Lisbon of the past year of
Mm-hmm.
Academy 6, uh, we have past year we have more people located in America, a little bit from Europe mostly, and
Mm-hmm.
few from Asia. But this year we had worldwide representation. Like, what's so great? Like, this really means that people are understanding that
Mm-hmm.
they should take part in this. Like, it's important. They should be there.
Yeah. I'd love to fly to Cosmverse, but I just hate such a long travels. I'm not gonna do it. It's there, but I'm also there. Are you going there? I guess you
I'm not.
have.
I'm still not sure because
Yeah.
I'm traveling quite a lot, and it's becoming a little bit challenging. I know that you
Mm-hmm.
can see it. I'm kind of like half dead, but at the
Yeah.
end of the day,
Look
I think.
perfect.
Thank you. But at the end of the day, I think that another thing that I'm trying to do really hard, not in Interchain, is making events more accessible on a local
Mm-hmm.
level.
Mm-hmm.
So even if not tomorrow, I think that we will see less discrepancies on a level on the part of the world that we are going to organize event on.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, Australia, Australia, why not Australia?
Australia needs some event. I love Australia. Great cuisine. I love food in Australia. So maybe one day. Not many people, but I think very very vibrant. Yeah, I will let her go very soon. Um, Most exciting chains within the Cosmos ecosystem. Give us three, five, what you personally like.
So I have friends, and I would like to still have friends after this
Mm-hmm.
chat. But, so let's say that I have a special uh my favorite, which I mean, with all the effort that I put, like it's kind of like clear, understandable what it is, which apparently is osmosis. And I think that it has a lot of potential, a lot of great
Mm-hmm.
minds behind. And I
Mm-hmm.
really believe that they are going to do amazing things. Like if they are for the long run, and we are going to see amazing things. I am really impressed by almost all the other chains as well, because I think that Cosmos app has a lot of potential, but is still mostly potential.
Mhm.
I love the Juno, the work that the Juno team is doing, and
Mhm.
they are coming soon with new amazing thing, and I'm so excited to see like how they're going to bring this back
Mhm.
to us alive. Another chain that waited for so long to see live was the past Ethermint, which is Evmos. Like the
Mhm.
Evmos team is also great, technically incredible skilled, and I'm really excited to see Evmos
Mhm.
growing as well. Yeah, I will say that this is kind of my mm, the project that I the most uh, affectionate to. There are so many that it's impossible just to talk about
Mhm.
everything, but if I have to say the ones that impressed me the most so far, yeah, I will say this. And it is not casualty that are also the ones that are investing the most on community.
Mhm. Yeah, I would have pretty similar answer. I like to mention Stargaze just because I like the Shane Jake so much, and I like the NFTs. So it's, let's say it's the year 2026. How the cosmos will looks like.
Will be an interchain. Like for 2026, everyone working on blockchain at least will have realized that what Cosmos offers, no one can offer
Mm-hmm.
the same. Like it's just like it will win as internet won at that time. Like it will fight resistance at very beginning, but it's no
Mm-hmm.
way that something can stop Cosmos. Cosmos is
Mm-hmm.
just unstoppable.
Can we find a way to fund Cosmos better? Community pool is drying. Maybe add some really high tags and just make it multi-billion community pool. Have you thought of it?
I mean, I am 100% down for use better. For example, even community pools. For example, the
Mm-hmm.
Cosmos Hub community pool is not used at all to
Mm-hmm.
bring value on the non-technical side right now, which is a shame. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that there are many ways to use the community pool better. Even I don't know if this will be technical possible, but even making the community pool delegate somehow, I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
generate, yeah, it's just like I think we should really stop and talk about how community pool should work at the best and which kind of thing are the most important to fund from a community pool. Because one thing in my opinion is core stack, and one thing in my opinion is when we talk about community pool itself. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like we can have, I think we should have a wider conversation with more people, but I think that a lot of great argument can come from this.
Mm-hmm. I would love to find a way that we could find the sustainable community pool funding so we could compete with other chains, right? So, like as the funds in other chains dry, we can actually, we could even mint the tokens and sell them to I'm all for that sort of stuff, right? Because the funding is really important. um just to Patrick, I don't really know, the emeries that doesn't exist. Like, you should contact people from Crescent. I don't think we, any of us, is able to assist you with this. um can you recommend us some movie, and I will let you go.
So
Some movies you
movies.
like.
Oh, movies. Let me see. I will say that Miyazaki movie I really love. Uh, uh, I
How you
mean, I
spell
know
it?
Miyazaki movie. Miyazaki. It's a Japanese animation house. I will say that I will recommend.
Oh,
I know the title
Spirited
in English.
Away. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hayao
Spirit Away.
Miyazaki.
I
Yeah,
will
yeah, yeah.
recommend that.
Mm-hmm.
Other film that I really love to recommend. Uh, I don't really watch that many films. But I think that I will recommend. Oh, The Lord of the Rings. A lot of
The
things.
Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
yeah,
That-
yeah. The guys on the chat, they are right. I just spent too much time over playing video games to 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 be a knowledgeable person looking at the great films. Like,
Mhm.
unfortunately.
I watched quite a few of Miyazaki movies. I watched Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle, and Princess Mononoke. I think this ones I watched. So the classics. Have you watched Paprika?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah. I watched just recently, and I was like, oh, such a cool, such a beautiful animation, and like I was so impressed. So,
Mm. In a
um,
level of animation, I think the one of the best of the last year is Your Name. Your
how do
Name
you?
is really beautiful.
Oh, I'm going to watch it. I do like anime. I do like watching anime.
Oh,
Um,
by the way, yes, I played Overwatch 2, the beta, and I
mhm,
was so disappointed because healers are kind of so random right now. I'm usually main Mercy and Lucio. Now I had to switch to others because there, for example, Moira is just too much OP. Like, it's too strong. Um, and there is like some heroes like the Junker Queen, Doomfist. If their values are just too strong, it's
mhm,
not equilibrated for now.
mhm. Cat. Is it how I should address you, Cat?
Oh, I really love like this thing started really recently to having people call me cat, and I really think that I kind of like it. Like it reflects
Mm,
me quite good.
okay, then I will not ask you for your real name. Um, thank you for your time, Kat. It was a pleasure. I think we touched on some like really cool subjects and addressed them in the good manner. If there is something that you were not asked and you want to address or say, you can do it. Uh, if not, just go and enjoy your appointment with your friend.
Yeah, I will say one really important point is that people should not look at the cosmos as, oh, I'm watching a movie and I cannot do anything. Um,
Mhm.
Cosmos is a living community. So if you want to join, you should definitely join. Uh, do you have some idea? Reach me out and let's see how we can make this happen. Not just me, but any foundation and team. Like, we are all here to make things happen. And for sure, if you want to add value, you will find for sure someone will be more than willing to support you.
Thank you so much. Um, Enjoy the rest of the day. The evening is approaching. Enjoy the nice local food there, and I
Mm,
guess the night coffee, which Koreans love to drink somehow.
yeah.
Not sure if you notice after dinner they often go for iced coffee. So, um, so okay, many people was good number of people watching. So thank you again.
No, thanks to you for having me here. Please enjoy
Take
your
care.
day.
Thank you.